Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to my segment. I'm your host. My name is Gurpreet Kaur Mann, expert in building six-figure careers. So first, I need to check to make sure I am live on LinkedIn. Yes, I am. Okay, so technical stuff is working. Live on LinkedIn. I'm also live on various different channels. Live on YouTube, live on Facebook as well. So as always, I like to kick off the segment by having you introduce yourself. So let me know in the comment section. Don't be shy. Say hi. Introduce yourself. Let me know where you're tuning in from. If you're watching this live, type live. If you're watching replay, just make sure you type replay so I can catch all the comments afterwards if you're watching the replay as well. Thank you so much for showing so much love. So also, if you're tuning in from Facebook or Instagram or not Instagram, sorry, on LinkedIn or YouTube, feel free to hit the like button, use those little emoji buttons to show some love of the segment. But I always want to hear from you. So drop it in the comment section who you are, introduce yourself. And today I have a special segment that I want to talk about. So it's called Let's Talk Landing Six-Figure Salary Job Offers. I'm an expert in helping people land their first six-figure jobs. I'm an expert in building six-plus figure careers, and I've been doing this for. So let me introduce yourself if this is your first time joining my live. If you don't know about me, you've never heard about me, and you just have to stumble upon this live. My name is Gurpreet Kaur Mann, and I'm an expert in building six-figure careers. I have 17 plus years of HR and hiring experience. I've been an entrepreneur for many, many years and successfully have built so many different businesses as well. My business journey started in 2008. And through it all, the business journey, learning how to sell, marketing, branding, and so on, is where I got the concept of that haha moment that everything I'm doing for my businesses and growing my businesses, like learning sales, the techniques I'm learning is the same techniques that actually career professionals, including myself, should be implementing to land those high paying salary jobs, to increase their money, to become an expert in the field, to become in demand for their expertise. And that's where my whole coaching program that I launched 5+ years ago started from. And it's been so successful, really humbled and grateful for all the clients I've worked with and all the amazing career professionals I've helped in the last 5+ years. My clients, and this is not me bragging, this is just a very proud moment of being able to work with such amazing people and help them double and triple their salaries in a matter of days. And not just that, even after graduating from the program, to continue on implementing the skills and strategies and tools taught in the coaching program to continue to grow their careers. Just last night, one of my previous clients messaged me and said, I have great news to share. I'm starting a new position and it'll be starting soon and I'm making this much money. Here's how your coaching continues to help me. So it's an amazing transformation to see your clients transform. But the reason I want to do the segment today is because there's a lot of misconceptions around landing six-figure careers. There's a lot of misinformation out on the net, including LinkedIn. So I got this opportunity to come, you know what, I'm going to come live and we're going to have some real conversations around the six-figure salary. Now, before I kick the segment off, let me know in the comments who's excited about wanting to land six-figure jobs. So where are you roughly in your career today? Do you feel stuck? Are you stuck in a particular salary position? Do you want to land, maybe you want to land your first six-figure salary. Maybe you are already making six-figure, maybe you're making 100K or 150, but you want to increase more money and make more money, right? So Rachel is joining. I'm Rachel. Pleasure to chat with you. Nice to meet you, Rachel. Hello, Gurpreet. Hello, LinkedIn user. I'm turning in from Toronto Live. Hi, Harvinder. Lillian, hey there, Lillian in Africa, live on LinkedIn. Nice to see you. I want to dance wild and free. Great. If you want to dance wild and free, feel free to do that. So get the comments coming in. Again, guys, don't be shy. I really here to help you. I'm here to share my insights as an expert with 17 plus years. So drop those questions, drop them in the comment section. Thank you so much for the love. Also, I want to take this opportunity and also thank everybody for wishing me happy birthday. A few days ago, I turned 43. I got some amazing wishes, such great well wishes out there. Thank you so much. It feels really um, amazing to have so many people, love you and support you in what you do. And I'm really grateful for that. So thank you so much. Yes, I need to know more tips on it. So here's what I'm going to say. Okay, so this is a great question. Like, I want to need more tips. Right off the bat, here's what I'm going to tell you. If you are serious about landing six-figure salary job offers and you want to build a 6+ figure career, number one thing is you have to really understand that there is no tips. Tips don't work. There's no quick fixes. There's no do this. There's no tips. There's no hacks. I'm so sorry to break the truth to you, but there's no gimmicks. There's no hacks. There's no tips. There's no quick fixes. There's no tweak this, tweak that. None of this actually helps you land six-figure salary jobs, let alone build six-figure careers. Here's why. Because guess what? If it actually worked, there's tons of people giving tips and advice and hacks and gimmicks on landing a six-figure job or building a six-figure career. But the truth is that if all these tips and hacks and gimmicks worked, why are only 6% of Canadians and Americans only making six-figure salary? Something to think about. Research shows that there are only about 6% US citizens or US and so Americans and Canadians, there's only about 6% career professionals who are actually making 100K. Right? So there's something to think about. That's the reality, is that there's only 6%. And out of the 6%, only one. So there's only 1% of career professionals in Canada and US that are actually even earning more than 100K. Tanusha is saying mindset. I'll get to the mindset. So I guess you read my last night's, or this morning's post about mindset, right? So Teresa's saying, wow, yeah. So this is why I want to have this real candid conversation, because I think a lot of people, there's just so much noise out there on the internet, and a lot of people are just saying, here's my quick 5 tips to do this, here's my hacks to doing this, here's my this, right? But the reality is tips, hacks, gimmicks really don't work. And the reason they don't work is because to really land a 6-figure salary job, you really need to sit there and ask yourself some serious questions, right? There's no quick fixes. There's a lot of strategies, a lot of pivoting going on, right? So first things first is you really need to understand is there's no quick fixes, right? But what you really want to learn is, so this is why I actually launched my career coaching program. And in my career coaching program, I teach you, like, there are actually 5 steps that you're not even aware of and you're not doing to niche yourself into so that you can land 6-figure career jobs, right? And the first thing you need to do is niching, which a lot of people don't talk about. A lot of people don't talk about the things you actually need to implement and do to land 6-figure jobs and build 6-figure career is Hence why there's no hacks and gimmicks. And that's why I don't talk about here's quick hacks, here's my quick tips. I don't believe in tips and hacks because they don't really work, right? But what really works is, well, what sitting there and asking yourself, well, what am I an expert in? What are my skills? What are my talents? What is my brain capable of doing? What's all the knowledge I've accumulated throughout my entire life, from my career, from my professional experiences, and how am I using that and leveraging that to really help companies solve the problems, generate solutions, and generate sales and profits and money, right? So there's much, much more a bigger, deeper process involved if you truly, truly want to land six-figure jobs, right? There's no tweak your resume and here's how to do it to land a six-figure job. The reason tweaking your resume is not going to help you land a six-figure job is because really, if you truly want to land a six-figure job, you really have to first understand you. It sounds very simple, but it's actually a very complicated process, somewhat complicated. So to prove my point, I'm going to ask one simple question to all of you that's watching. Do you really know what you're an expert in? Or I use the word your zone of genius. Do you really, really know what you're exceptionally genius in? Let me know in the comment, right? So I have a quick question for everybody. Do you know what you are an expert in? What are you exceptionally great at doing? What's your expertise? What types of problems can you solve as an expert, right? The key, number one key to landing six-figure jobs is you have to position yourself as an expert, right? So that's where that's what we call about the career niching comes in. So if you really, really want to land six-figure salary jobs, it's so doable, by the way. It's really, really easy and it's so doable, right? You really need to first ask yourself, do you know what you're an expert in? Okay, or what your zone of genius is. So I see some comments, like someone's being honest and saying, no, I don't. And then I have a couple of people saying yes. So I'm going to call on those that are saying yes to tell me what you are an expert in. So Tanusha, you're saying yes, somewhat. So tell me what you're an expert in. Tanusha, so if you can drop that comment so we can actually have a dialogue, this will be a great exercise for everyone to follow through. As I talk to those that are saying yes, there's a LinkedIn user that's saying, yes, I am. If you're okay, so if you know, those that are dropping in the comments saying, yes, I know what I'm an expert in, tell me in one single sentence your expertise. Okay, so Tanisha said, I'm an expert in customer service, understanding the need of a customer. Okay, so now let's take that. Okay, so let's take customer service. You're saying you're an expert in customer service. Now, when you say you're an expert in customer service, that's very generic. Okay, so that's very generic. Now, what we want to do is, okay, so you're an expert in customer service. Now we want to find out, what are you an expert in when it comes to customer service? See what I just did here? She told me she's an expert in customer service. The second step now is, well, what are you an expert in when it comes to customer service? Understand the need of a customer. So now, okay, let's even take this. Understand the need of a customer. But what are you understanding? You're an expert in understanding when it comes to the need of the customer. So let's break it down even further. Data engineering. So LinkedIn users saying data engineering, handling different kind of data. Okay, but now, okay, so you're saying you're data engineering, handling different type of data. See how even this is so general? If we really want to land a six-figure jobs and build six-figure careers, we can't keep it general. We really got to dig deeper and say, okay, I'm an expert in data engineering. But what, okay, so let me take a step back with you because data engineering is a generic, a broad term. What are you really an expert in when it comes to data? Is it data analysis? Like, what are you an expert in? I don't know. So on my comment section, I'm just showing LinkedIn user. So I'm sorry, I don't know, really know what your name is. So if you can tell me further, what are you an expert in, right? So right now, what you're saying is still on what I call it kind of generic, right? So for example, that's like me saying I'm an expert in helping you land jobs. That really doesn't really classify me as an expert, like not an expert, right? Or I'm saying I'm a career coach, I help people land jobs. Again, that's being very generic. But when I say I'm an expert in helping you build a six-figure career, I'm an expert in landing you six-figure job offers, I'm an expert in helping you increasing your salaries by 50 or 100K. I'm getting very, very, very specific. So all the questions, what we want to do is we want to get very, very specific. So you can use a tool called Toyota 5Y tool. Google it up. You can learn a little bit about that. I use this tool in my coaching program to really help people really, really get to the heart of what they're really an expert in. So research shows that, and experts and psychologists show that the first 10 things that come out of your mouth. So for example, when I said what you're an expert in, the first 10 that come out, things that come out of your mouth are the easy answers. I call it generic, the fluff. But as you keep thinking about this and keep coming up with answers and answers and answers, you eventually get to the heart of it. Right? You eventually get to the heart of it. So Tanisha said, asking quality question, understand the need of a customer. So even this is still generic. And then let me further now explain what I mean by this is generic. So you say you are expert in customer service, then you went into saying understand the customer needs, and then you went into asking quality question, understand the need of a customer, right? Now, see how all this still sounds very generic? Because guess what? Every customer service who's an expert in customer service are saying the same thing. But now let me shed some further light. But here's the thing, but how is a company, an employer, going to benefit, right? Benefit. Companies are in the business to make money. So that's the bottom line. First thing is we got to understand employers and companies. Companies are in the business to make money. The bottom line is money, right? We all get hired to solve problems, come out with solutions so that we can generate money for organizations, for businesses. So now let's take a step further. How does your expertise help companies make more money, help companies make more profits, help companies save more money, right? So if you're in customer service, it's all about customer service is a direct link in helping companies generate sales. So now you got to think, so I'm going to add a second layer. You really got to think in terms of money now, right? So what am I an expert in? Really define your expertise, right? Your expertise has to be clearly spelled out. It can't be fluff like I'm a data analysis or I'm HR. My expertise are in HR. My expertise are customer service. My expertise is I'm a scrum master. Those are just generic titles, but let's really dig deeper. Let's really diagnose what are you an expert in. And that's the number one key difference that will really help you not only stand out of the crowd, but become known as the expert in your field, where you then aligning yourself with, right, is, well, this is how I make you money. Money talks, because companies are in the business to make money. Okay, so companies are in the business to make money. Now, let's take a step further down. Once you know what you're an expert in, how you generate money for businesses, for companies, now we can move to the third step. If I'm an expert in this, this is how I help companies make money and profits and sales. How much should I be charging then companies? Because companies are now benefiting from my expertise, right? Your expertise is a benefit for the organization. Every company you're working for is benefiting from your expertise every single day by solving problems, coming up with solutions, implementing solutions, and cost savings, sales, and all that stuff is actually generating money for organizations. So that's why step one is really important, to really identify what you're an expert in the heart level, not just generic fluff. I'm an expert in just, throwing in some keywords. Number two is, well, how do my expertise actually help companies make money? Number three is, if I'm helping companies, for example, if you are helping companies generate millions and millions of dollars, your problems you solve are saving companies millions of dollars. Now, isn't your worth so much more now? And if you are generating, like you have the ability to increase sales by 30, 40, or 50 and triple that, shouldn't your worth be more in salary now? And when I say salary, I mean base salary. I don't mean total comp, right? See, now all this thing I just did for a few seconds, or a few minutes, there's much more deeper process on how to diagnose this, but it really lays great when you know all this first step, identifying your expertise, how my expertise actually generate money for companies, be it profits, be it sales, be it revenues, right? It's all about money, guys. Well, then next thing is, well, if I'm generating X amount of money or saving X amount of money for companies, what should I be charging for my expertise? Your expertise, the rate you charge for your expertise isn't the market rate, by the way. That's like the biggest one. Other misconception is people are just either, I did a poll yesterday. So people are either just asking for the market rate, or, okay, right now I'm making this, so I should just ask for 20% more and that's it. So that's how you actually get underpaid without even realizing you're underpaid. A lot of career professionals are actually underpaid and they don't even know it. Okay. So those are the three little things that we have to do first, which I just shared. Now, how many people actually really know how to identify what their expertise is, how their expertise actually help companies generate money, and how to put a dollar value on their expertise so that you are actually charging the right amount for your expertise that is generating so much profits and cost savings and revenues for companies? Because in the end of the day, I'll be very honest, I've worked in HR for 17 years. We are all generating money for organizations. Oh, hi, Tammy. Great advice. Thank you. But some companies are fixing the range for 5-digit, even we capable of solving their problems. Okay, this is my favorite question. Okay, so now the fourth step is, once you know what you charge, what you should be charging, right? Now we got to package you as an expert with the X amount of dollar value, right? You're going to charge X amount. And now we got to understand where we fall in the tier of companies. It's really important to understand the different tiers, levels of companies, right? So that's why this is my favorite question, because there's tier one, there's top tier, there's middle tier, and there's a low level. Okay, so let me address the low tier employers. So these are employers that want the star on the moon, all the skills, all the expert. They want a superhero, they want a ninja, they want this. But guess what? But they don't want to pay you that much. They have, oh, but I only want to pay you 50K. Or, but I only want to pay you 60K. But here's the thing, we have a great company culture, we have great benefits and so on. So they sell you on by kind of like saying, we have this and we have this, right? So that's low level tier of employers. Then we have medium medium level tier employers who will pay you the market rate only. So the going market rate is this, that's what we should do, and we'll pay the market rate. Top tier employers understand the value of expertise, and hence they're willing to pay X amount of money to get the expert. So when we want to land six-figure jobs and build six-figure careers, we really had to understand the three different tiers of employers so that you align yourself with which one you want. So if you really want to have a six-figure career, you have to align yourself with top tier level employers. Top tier level has nothing to do with size, by the way. There are smaller organizations that are paying top dollars to hire experts and great talent. So you have to really understand the three tiers. There's top tier, there's a medium tier, and there's a lower level bottom tier. So top, middle, and bottom. What's happening is majority of career professionals really don't understand these tiers, and they tend to stick to the bottom tier, and that is job postings. So they tend to stick to this, and that's why this is my favorite question is, well, companies are fixed in ranges and 5 digits, but that is the bottom tier level, and some medium level tier employers. So in order to land six-figure job salaries, we can't be targeting bottom and middle level tier level employers. We want to hit the top level tier, and these are the ones that will pay you X amount of money. Do you see the difference? This is why I also say the tips and hacks and the quick, tips, hacks, and gimmicks don't work, because you really gotta, I do tons of case study research. So you really gotta understand the employer levels first out there. So if you believe that employers will only pay you what they want to pay you, you will never land a six-figure job, let alone build a six-figure career. Okay? So you really got it. So is this making sense? Let me know if this is making sense, because the key to your success in landing six-figure jobs are also in understanding the different tier levels, right? So every given moment you have an option of where you want to align, right? So my career coaching program, the reason people are able to like double or even triple their salaries, like anywhere from increase the salary by 50 to even 100K, is because we're not working on gimmicks, we're not working on tips, we're not working on hacks, we're not tweaking your resume. We're not just writing resumes to apply to jobs. There's a whole strategic approach, and it's called, I have a six-figure method, career method that I teach. That's the cornerstone of career niching. And then I teach you, once we figure out what your niche should be, what your expertise is, I teach you how to package that as an expert, and then who to target. You really need to understand who you need to target in order to land those high-paying salary jobs. And it's my biggest advice. I know I'm not big on tips, but I'll give you one tip. Job posting is now how you're going to land a six-figure job, let alone build a six-figure career. Okay. Can you give more details for your course? So I don't have a course. It's a coaching program. I run a live coaching program, which is 8 weeks. It's an 8-week coaching program. We have weekly live coaching calls. There's teaching that are put onto video lessons, and then we have all the coaching is hands-on, strategy calls. Everything is hands-on on Zoom. So those that are interested in working with me, if you're serious about making more money, you want to land those six-figure salary jobs, I'm going to be very honest here, okay? I charge more money than any other career coach out there. Okay, I'm not the cheapest coach, because here's why. Because number one thing is I teach, there's 5 steps that you're not doing right now to niche yourself that's hindering you in landing six-figure jobs, right? Also, I help you see from the lens of not just like a resume, but I help you really see what are your skills, what are your talents. Now, talents are not, a lot of people don't understand what the word talent is. So I help you identify 5 things: your skills, your talents, your brain, what your brain's capable of, the knowledge, and the experience. And then I help you diagnose all of these 5 things into identifying what your expertise is, and from there we package you as an expert. Also help you identify how much you should be charging. I was just having this conversation yesterday with somebody where their salary expectation, when I asked the question like, what are you looking to make, 70K? And I was like, wait, hold up. There seems to be a disconnect, because you have 10 plus years of experience and you're only asking for 10K. I did a quick scan of the LinkedIn profile and identify some things. And I said, you're really actually low pricing yourself to 70K when you have capabilities of X, Y, and Z, that based on what you wrote in your LinkedIn. You should be actually aiming for 6-figure salary positions. And that is the other question. I put out a poll out there, like, do you really know how much to really ask for? Or how much do you really ask for salary? And 17 plus years of my experience in HR and hiring, I can tell you a lot of people, the reason why a lot of people are not making 6-figure is because they don't even know how to price themselves, let alone ask for what they want. Okay. So if you're really interested in working with me, if you really want to know more about my program, feel free to DM me, but I'll be really honest. It's an investment. I'm not the cheapest coach, but I get results. I've had people went and paid $2,000 or $3,000 top coaching companies out there, and they got 0 results, and then they paid me and I got them results in a matter of days. We're talking about 60 days or less, guys. So it's just a 60-day program. Within 60 days, people get results, and the investment is also yielding 2,000% back on your return on your investment, and a long-term investment. So I hope this segment helped. If you have questions, feel free to drop me. I just really wanted to have a candid conversation about landing 6-figure jobs. It's not tweak your resume. It's not have your cover letter like this. Tweak your LinkedIn profile to be like this. Tweak, or ask this. Oh, other thing is I ask these questions in the interviews. There's no gimmick, but the biggest thing you want to do is you want to become the expert. By the way, you're already an expert in your field if you already have 5+ years of experience. Okay, so how many people on this call right now with me live actually have 5+ years of experience in their field? Okay, so if you have 5+ years of experience, you are already an expert that can make 100K. You don't need to have 20 years experience. You don't need to have 10 years experience. You don't need to have 30 years experience to land 100K. You don't need to go invest in another certification, another degree. By the way, certification degrees really don't help you land 6-figure jobs. And if they really did, then why are only 6% of population making 100K salary? There's tons. Everybody has a degree. Everybody has certification. So why? Something to think about, right? So why is only 6% people making 100K? The reason is because, don't get me wrong, certifications are great and degrees are great to have, but if you don't know the skills into landing 6-figure jobs, the tools and the skills you need in order to land 6-figure job, and with the biggest skill you need is selling. You need to know how to sell yourself. You need to know how to package yourself. You need to know how to price yourself, and you need to know how to go and get and who to target, right? Every day I see on LinkedIn, oh, I applied to thousands of jobs and no one replied back to me. I've been ghosted by recruiters. I have been doing this. I have thousands of copies of my resume. What I'm saying is the reason why people are not landing 6-figure jobs, because they're too busy chasing employers. They're applying to thousands of jobs. They're tweaking and having X amount of different resumes. All this is screaming, you're not an expert. Experts make more money. Experts also have recession-proof careers. So if you're really truly worried about the recession, what you want to do is yourself as an expert. You are already an expert. Let's figure out what your expertise is. Let's package you as an expert. Let's go get those six-figure salary jobs. Let's go build that six-figure career. Who wants to build a six-figure career? Who here wants to land six-figure salary job off first? My clients land multiple job offers working with me. If you're serious about doing this in the next 60 days, message me, DM me. I would love to work with you. And again, disclaimer, I do charge for my coaching program, and it's not cheap either. It's an investment, but the investment pays for itself, as well as gives you a 2,000% return. And biggest value you can get by working with me is you're going to be increasing your salary in a matter of days. So I'm open to questions. Let me know if you have any questions. Drop them in the comment section. Yes, it is making sense. I'm glad this is making sense. What you can say or suggest for newcomers or job searching people in current market situation and to make 6 digits? It's everything I just said. I'm not sure who's asking this question, but it's everything I just said. So again, there's no quick fixes. There's no suggestions. I can't really make suggestions if I really don't know your profile. Okay, so it's everything I said. You need to undiscover what you truly are an expert in, how your expertise are helping companies making money and profits. You really need to then put a dollar value on yourself and position yourself as an expert, right? You really need to position yourself as an expert and then put a dollar value on yourself. And now the biggest layer is building your brand, your personal brand. People need to know about you. So my biggest thing is, a lot of people talk about networking. A lot of people don't know how to do networking. You are worth what your network is. That's all part of my language. It's all BS. It's not. It's all about who knows you. And I'm a proven live example sitting in front of you. All of you guys who are asking me questions, I actually don't even know you, but you all know me. I have over 62,000 followers, close to 30,000 connections. My reach is huge on LinkedIn. So many people know me, but I don't know all of you. I don't know everybody. I only know a handful of people. But when you're able to build your personal brand, you are able to actually start charging more money, even you as a career professional. And that's what I teach in my coaching program, is how to actually build your personal brand, so that you are well known in your industry, so you become a sell-out expert. The goal to building 6-figure career, you have to become the sell-out expert in your field, and that's a long-term goal, right? That's why I say there's no quick fixes, there's no gimmicks, there's no hacks. What we do have is strategic strategies. You have to create a niche. You have to understand what you're an expert in. That's what I help people discover, is what they're truly an expert in, and then how to package and position yourself. You have to know how to position yourself. Okay, I will, Karinder, thank you for messaging me. I will check my message shortly. I have worked a year in my position. Can I still call myself an expert after learning your methods? Yes, you can. So a lot of people have this misconception that the number of years of paid work experience they have is what they call themselves an expert. No. No. You can really call yourself an expert. Experts are those that truly know their area better than anybody else. And that doesn't come from work experience. That comes from everyday experience. If you truly want to be an expert, you have to know your industry, your field, your domain like it's no one's business. And it's so easy to do that. Follow different podcasts, right? Get to know top people, influencers in your industry. Follow their podcasts, read their blogs, read their content, attend their lives. So if you really want to be an expert in your field, it's not about how many years of experience you have. It's all about it's not about how many number of years of work experience you have. It's all about the knowledge, right? Knowledge outweighs number of years experience. What your brain is capable of doing. Your talents, right? Your talents in your brain are the most unique thing that you have. Your talents are your gifts. Here's one big piece, a thing I want to leave with you all is you are all talented individuals. your certifications. You are much, much more than your degrees. You are much, much more than the skills you've acquired. Why? Because you were born with a gift. As you are going through life, you're also developing new gifts and they're being unlocked in you as we experience life. And those talents and those gifts are priceless. You don't, and that's called the life of school, right? You've accumulated all these gifts. Some of them you were born with, some of them unlock as you grow. Those gifts you are bringing with you every single day to work. And that's the other piece I help people, the talent is your natural gift, your natural ability to do something exceptionally great. Every single person in this world, on this earth, is exceptionally great at at least one thing. And that one, or some are exceptionally great at multiple things, right? So I believe you're exceptionally great at one thing as well as multiple things. But that is your gift. That's your natural talent. And we really want to undiscover what that is so that you can then position yourself as an expert. I hope this makes sense. I hope this helps. If you are interested in working with me, you want to get into my coaching program, I actually have 2 spots available for March only. So those that want to sign up, get in my program. Right now is really great prime time to be looking for jobs. And don't let this whole layoff stuff confuse you. Tons of companies are still hiring. So if you are serious about landing a 6-figure job, building a six-figure career, and if you want to increase your salary, or if you feel stuck and you really don't know how much you should be pricing, because I can guarantee if you really don't know how much you should be asking for money, you're probably already underpaid. And again, I'm speaking from experience of 17 plus years in HR and hiring. So if you want to increase your money in 60 days, increase your salaries, you want to make more money in your career, you want to land a new job opportunity that pays you 6 figures or even more than what you're making right now by 50 to 100K, message me and I would love to work with you. Okay, so thank you so much. I hope this segment has helped. I'll see you next time. Bye.